It started when he was 4 months old, when I brought him back from vaccination. He had a high fever. I didn't give it much attention at the time. He got worse and started having seizures. Back then, I didn't know about the condition. I thought he was going to die on me. I didn't expect him to live this long. I used to collapse and fall down a lot. One day, I was about to go to school and had to help a neighbor bake injera, so I baked one. And when I was about to bake the second one, I had a seizure and fell on the open fire. I suffered a severe burn on one side of my face. I was rushed to the hospital and the doctor asked me what had happened, and when I told him, he diagnosed me with epilepsy and prescribed some medication. She was 7 months old when she fell into a bucket full of water. Her skull was smashed in. When she went to the hospital, she was foaming at the mouth and seizing uncontrollably. I had never seen this before. The doctors took samples and did laboratory work, and they told me it was epilepsy.
ከኤፒlepsy ጋር ወደ 30 ዓመት አብረን ኖረናል ማለት እችላለሁ።
I have lived with epilepsy for 30 years. It's very hard to live with epilepsy because your day is totally unpredictable. You don't have the confidence to go about your business without thinking whether you're going to have a seizure when you cross the street or talk to people. It's always at the back of your mind. In Ethiopia, the number of people with epilepsy is estimated to be around 1 million. Out of this, 95% of them don't get medical treatment. Though medical infrastructure in the country is developing, the attention given to mental health is little. There are only 24 neurologists in the country, one neurologist for every 4.1 million people. The worst thing I have faced is discrimination when in search of living quarters. My son often screams because of his condition, and landlords and tenants don't want us anywhere near them. I could live with my son's medical conditions because he's my son and I love him. But the discrimination and stigma we face sometimes makes me want to stop and give up. These kind of people are usually uneducated, unemployed, and made outcasts because they were never given the chance. People think they are possessed by evil spirits and don't even want to go near them to help when they're having a seizure. I always say, may God follow you, because no one will help you when you fall. When she falls here at the house, no one comes to help me. I have to hold down her hands and legs so she doesn't hurt herself. Many offices have refused to employ me because I'm epileptic. I'm a graduate of ICT from General Wingate Vocational School, but no one wants to hire me. Epilepsy is a disorder that suddenly interrupts the electrosignals in the brain, making the victim lose consciousness, collapse, and seize uncontrollably. In our country, epilepsy is considered as an evil spirit, and people with epilepsy are discriminated against. Studies made in the country indicate that 86% of people with epilepsy seek traditional medicine. 78% of those don't even know conventional medicine exists.
People surround you to see what's going on when you are having a seizure attack on the streets. But no one wants to help, and that makes me angry.
Epilepsy አለብኝ ወይም የሚጥል በሽታ አለብኝ ስትይ
When you tell people you have epilepsy, their perception of you changes. They assume you are dumb, sinful, and possessed by evil spirits. Many have offered to pray for me or to take me to holy places to look for a cure. Since the establishment of CareEpilepsy in Ethiopia, it is engaged in awareness creation programs in every corner of the country. The organization, which is the only one of its kind in the country, strives to address the stigma and discrimination that revolves around people with epilepsy.
CareEpilepsy እንግዲህ
The headquarters of CareEpilepsy is in the UK, and we have opened an office in Ethiopia. Our main goal is to create awareness so that people with epilepsy will not face discrimination or be stigmatized by society, so that they can have equal access to education, employment, and any other benefits like everyone else. The services provided include creating a platform to raise awareness, toll-free line for consultation, and skill training. What I got from CareEpilepsy is the skill of weaving rugs and carpets. If I could find a place, my plan is to make a living from making carpets. Over 150 youth work as volunteers and provide valuable services along with CareEpilepsy.
The volunteer work that we do for CareEpilepsy revolves around awareness creation. Especially in the summertime, we go around summer classes to educate high school students about epilepsy and the first aid they can provide in the event they come across someone that is having an epileptic seizure. We also go to hospitals to educate people with epilepsy on how to better take care of themselves. We go to supermarkets to hand out flyers and talk to people about epilepsy.
ብዙዎቹ 12
Many of them are high school graduates or first year or second year university students. They are not all epileptic, or they don't all have a family member that is epileptic. They just volunteer to give a helping hand. Their commitment is really admirable, and we could not have done the work we do without them by our side. Our main problem now is medicine. For instance, the medicine may be available at Black Lion Hospital for 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden there will be none in stock. The dosage my son takes is very high and very expensive. It's not the kind of medicine a poor mother can afford to buy for her son. The other day, I bought 1 tablet for 55 birr. If you multiply that by 1 month, it is very expensive because he takes 2 tablets a day.
የሚጥል በሽታ መድኃኒት ሁሉ ጊዜ የማይገኝ
Medication for epilepsy is not readily available in Ethiopia. When we go to the hospitals, the complaints we hear from patients is that they cannot find medicine. Especially those who receive free medication from the government find that it is not available, while right next door in the same hospital, it is available for those who can afford to pay for it. So they come to us to buy the medicine. In the Benchi Maji zone, people with epilepsy are considered as carriers of evil spirits and are outcasted from the society. The regional government has provided a land for parts of the society that are outcasted and are living in the streets. CareEpilepsy plans to provide the initial capital needed for this project.
ለኛ ደግሞ ትልቁ እድል ብዬ የማስበው
Our biggest opportunity in the area is the government has given farmland for rehabilitation program. So we support them to engage in farming and the women to do carpet or basket weaving so they can become self-sufficient and avoid the stigma. The other project being carried out by CareEpilepsy is Walafen. It is a project that provides a safe cooking stove for women who are often burnt by an open fire.
Little Wayne, Isaac Newton, Leonardo da Vinci are all epileptic. So people that lock the doors on epileptic children could be locking the doors on people that could be the next Newton.
If you look at it from a scientific point of view, these children probably have a mind superior than us. So I say to people, give them a chance.
ግንዛቤ የመፍጠር ስራችን የሚያቆም ስራ አይደለም ዋናው ስራችን እሱ ነው
Our awareness creation job does not stop. It is our main mission to advocate with every chance we get that epilepsy is a brain or a nerve problem and not some evil spirits. You can learn, work, and live a full life with epilepsy. That is the message CareEpilepsy is trying to convey.
شاي تتطلق شاي لافلا شاي نو شاي شاي